Hi guys, Nathan here from Cornerstone FX, back again with another market review video. Okay, starting here with Euro US, AUD USD rather. As you can remember, we were looking for buying opportunities. We were waiting for price to break this key area over here, and then looking for continuation up. We didn't get that, so we didn't enter the markets. I should have, to be quite frank, when I saw this come here for a third time, I did think about it, but I didn't enter it. I should have looked for a selling opportunity after seeing this, because we have seen that this area was holding quite strong. So we should have taken that as one of our confluences to say price doesn't want to break above here. Let's look for continued pressure moving down. Unfortunately, I missed that opportunity. Uh, but anyway, I didn't lose, I didn't win on this currency pair. EuroCAD. With EuroCAD, as you can remember, we had identified that price was moving down. We had begun to see that price began to move up in and around these areas, so we were looking for a push down and a continuation up. As you can see, price played out quite well. If I had entered, I would have been looking to take something like this, putting my stops just below, and I would have gotten a 1-to-1 locked profits. But as you can see, I wouldn't have gotten my full target on this. In all, it wouldn't have been a great trade. I would have been able to secure a little bit of profit, but I didn't execute on Euro AUD just because of all the news that was going around Euro last week. I stayed out to stay safe. Next, we're looking at GU. As you can remember, with GU, we had identified that we had an inverse head and shoulders over here. We had anticipated that price would see price begin to break these levels and then continue going up. Again, we didn't see that. Again, we saw this price holding strong. So I should have looked after price came into this level a couple of times. I should have looked for an opportunity to sell. But looking forward, what I was looking at is that price was creating a range, and so I wanted to stay out till I got clear directional movement. I didn't want to just get in on a ranging market. So for those reasons, I stayed out of GU. GJ, there was some opportunities lining up for us also to take a sell on GJ. As you can see, I did enter actually. Price went in my favor a bit. I did secure at break even, but then it took me out. So it took me out at break even, didn't make any money, didn't lose any money. Then we saw price come into my direction here only after it took me out. So obviously I stayed out after securing a little bit of profit, not nearly what I wanted to make off GU or GJ, but you see our general bias for GJ was down, and we did get that. We just had this little unfortunate spike to the upside that we could not have predicted. But all in all, it was a potentially great trade. Euro JPY, something similar happened. What we were looking for at the beginning of the week, we had seen that Euro JPY was moving down. We then saw this reaction off of, we saw the reaction off of this key area over here. We saw it spike up. I then said, if price will come down and break these lows over here, I will then look for more selling opportunities. Price didn't give me that. However, price did give me indication that it was struggling to break below these lows here. I went in not with a market execution, but with a pending order, putting my on a smaller time frame, on the hour time frame. I actually put my entry just above here, thinking if price breaks these highs, it would just be another retest, creating a lower time frame double bottom over here as well, indicating a low, higher low over here, and then I had anticipated that price would go all the way to that high over there. As you can see, initially it came nicely. Here I was actually targeting a 1 2 3, so I did enter in around this area. Um, Price just missed it. I did secure a couple of profits when we got to 1 to 2, but then it completely went the other direction after this spike up. Um, so I did make some profits. Again, not full targets were hit, but I was able to secure at least a little bit of profits on Euro JPY. Moving on to Euro USD. Euro USD, initially what we were looking for, we had identified that price was beginning to move up quite strongly over here. So it pushed up, broke these highs when the week began. So what we're waiting for, as you can see, there's these arrows here. There's a retest of this area, and then we had anticipated that price would go up. I wasn't trading beginning, or I wasn't trading Euro USD the beginning of the week, so I missed this, which in all honesty I would have got in. I'm not sure if I would have hit targets. Doesn't seem like I would have hit targets, but towards the end of the week, midweek, end of the week, I saw price break below here. Um, I did see some downward pressure on my smaller time frame. I did get a proper candle that price will begin to push down the way that I trade, and price did push down a bit, but then it took me out. I made a loss here on Euro USD, but as you can see, my overall my stops was just too tight, but my overall bias to the downside was actually it was a good analysis, I would say. I just got taken out a bit earlier. But moving forward, I'll probably just adjust these levels. But for that, stick to the channel, keep watching. Next week, we will um, be looking at some good moves. I'm anticipating some good moves in the market next week. Um, yeah, so stay tuned. And always remember, plan your trades and trade your plans. Until the next one, guys.
What's up, guys? Brandon here from Cornerstone FX, and we're back this week with a recap on what we were able to catch in the markets from the previous trading week. As you can see, I'm here on NZD CAD, and if you can recall, we were in a nice downtrend, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. This was our last lower low, and at the start of the week, I said for me to sell on this market, I'm going to wait for a break of this area right here and a retest before continuing it down. So that is exactly what we got right over here. I got the break, I got the retest, and I got a nice candle closure right around this area, which is where I took the trade. And as you can see, unfortunately, it went a little bit against me. Actually, kind of salty about this trade because it just took me out, as you can see, and then completely melted at least almost 1 to 2 to our risk to reward. And now it's pulling a little bit up, but I do believe we'll continue to see bearish momentum to the downside. This was a trade that I did take one or loss on, but that's okay. These things do happen. Just have to manage our risk with these kind of trades. Dropping down to USD JPY. On this one, the markets moved quite nice, as you can see. We waited for the pullback to this area to sell it down here, and then we were expecting the bounce from here going up, making higher highs, higher lows to continue back up. So we got the pullback here, and I did again. I waited and I wait for the candlestick entry. I got a bearish engulfing on the 1 hour time frame where I took the trade. It went a little bit in profit, and as you can see, it took me out. And as you can see right here, it did play out quite nicely where it did make the higher high, the higher low. I was not able to get any candlestick confirmation around these areas, so I missed the move to the upside. AUD JPY, this trade we were very patient with. As you can see, we're in a bit of consolidation, and as you know, with consolidations, um, if we're on a consolidation like this, we wait for the break, the retest, and continuation to the upside or to the downside. So we were initially bearish on this market, a break to the bottom, retest, and continue down. However, we got a nice bullish candle to the upside, a nice 4-hour bullish candle breaking above. Price then pulled down. As you can see, there's a wick over here. Price pulled down, retesting this area, closed above, and I got in on a nice bullish engulfing candle right around this area. And as that happened, price then fell down again, taking me out, eventually taking me back into profit had I still been in the trade. But as you can see, price then fell completely. So I do believe we can see this move this week, but I'll go through it in the market pre-market analysis for the week ahead. CAD JPY, this was a great trade. We were in a consolidation in this area as well. So we were waiting for the break to the up, retest continuation, or break to the bottom, retest and continuation. We did get a break, a nice 4-hour candle break above here, and then immediately we broke back in, coming back down. And around this area, when once we touched this area right here again, there was a nice candlestick formation that formed at this area of support, where I then took an aggressive trade within the consolidation box. I took an aggressive trade entering right here, stops just below, and targeting the last high. This would have been a nice 1 to 4, almost a 1 to 5 risk to reward. Price, as you can see, moved beautifully into profit, giving 1 to 2. I moved my stop loss to break even, and then unfortunately, as you can see, price then broke. Then taking my stop loss out, well, taking me out at break even, and then breaking back below our breaking out of consolidation quite nicely. So again, I do believe this week we'll see this move happen, but I will go through that in our pre-market analysis. And the last trade I was looking at for this week was Euro GBP. This was a very unfortunate trade. We were bearish on this market, waiting for the break. So as you can see, we were in a downtrend. I was waiting for the retest of a year. However, I was only looking to sell if we broke this last low here. So break, retest, continuation. However, price then broke above, and as you can, if you can see quite nicely here, we made nice market structure, higher low, higher high, higher low, retesting this box over here, and this is where I entered with a nice bullish engulfing. Price then went into profit, just took me out. As you can see, that wick rejection right there just took me out and then completely flew to take profit right around there. So that was a very, very unfortunate trade. But like I said, these things happen. It's all about risk to reward, managing your risk with this. So what wasn't the best week, but it wasn't the worst week. We were able to go break even on a few trades, lost 1 or 2 trades. But as you know, with the proper risk to reward, especially if we're trading a 1 to 3, we don't have to win all of them. One winning trade could potentially wipe out all your losses and more. Always a great thing to remember. Well, I hope you were able to learn something from this, guys. Please stay tuned for our pre-market analysis video, which will be dropping tomorrow evening, as per usual. Um, I hope you're able to learn from this. Before I let you go, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.